Hello, everybody. It's Dre from Mediapire again. Now, you may expect me to just tell you to select everything and delete it. I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay, so I've held it off long enough. Each of these videos are supposed to add your skills, build your confidence in Blender, and I think it's about time we start talking about collections and saving things. So, what I want you to do is go File, Save As, go ahead and give it a name. Mine's my Blender project stop blend. Just gonna go ahead and save. You see a nice little, notification making sure it's saved. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk a little bit about collections and objects and collections, right? So, first off, if I click the tree in object mode, you'll notice that it highlights a cylinder. And in this cylinder, there's vertex groups. And this is where basically, uh, if there was additional information in here, it would be added in here. Now, there's not a whole lot in here right now, and that's okay. Um, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this orange icon here. We're going to double click on the name, and we're going to change it from cylinder or whatever object you have, and we're going to call it low poly free. Okay. And then we're gonna right click on here and we're gonna click new collection. And we're gonna call this one stage. Okay. Um, so that's how you create collections. Say I was to duplicate this tree. So again, just a reminder, if you want to duplicate a tree or any object for that matter, Shift D. And now you have a duplicate. And let's see. Um, the cool thing about the regular duplicate is that you can edit this duplicate without editing the original. And so I can take this tree and we'll just call it V1 for variation or variation 1. Let's create a new collection and we'll just call it forest. And we're going to drag our trees in there. All right. So now that we've got an object in there, let's go ahead and create a new one. Let's go ahead and add a cube. We're just going to go ahead and add some objects. These objects aren't going to stick around, but what we're going to do is we're going to move this one up to collection. And let's go ahead and add a camera and create a new collection. And we're going to call it cameras. And let's add a new collection and drag it out of cameras. Here, come on. There we go. And we're going to call it lights. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that camera into cameras. And I'm going to hit Shift A. And I'm going to add a light. And it's in lights. Great. Okay. So we're talking about collections. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is filters with these little restriction toggles. So we're going to enable them. Let's talk about these ones. We'll hold off on the last two. Okay. So, say we don't want to be able to click this cube, right? So this first toggle here is disable selection. Now, no matter how hard I try, now that it's been disabled, I can't select it. I can, however, still select the other two. If I'm going to go ahead and move this camera up and move it out a little bit. Do you know what? Let's move it a little lower. Okay, and let's grab a light. So even if you don't see an object, like it's hidden beneath something, a project you're already working on, you can select it over here in the scene collection area. see, it's called the scene layer. Nope, nope. It is actually called the outliner. Okay. So yeah, this is the outliner view, and it holds all your collections and objects. So let's see. The next one is if we want to toggle it in the viewport. Say this cube here, which we cannot select this way, we can still see it in the view and it's in the way. And oh boy, it would be, matter of fact, let me make this way more obvious. We're going to make it selectable again, and I'm going to make it way bigger, and I'm going to move it over, and we're going to turn X-ray off. Oh man, this cube is in the way, and you know, I can't really like manipulate it much for whatever reason. What I can do is I can hide it from the view. That's what this little eyeball does. It does not, however, remove it from rendering. So we haven't talked much about rendering yet. So I'm gonna kind of move this over, and we're gonna have it like eating this tree a little bit. Okay. Now, if I go to the render tab, and we're not covering this in detail. That's one of the hard things I have with teaching Blender is it all kind of intermingles a little bit. So you'll find that I'll kind of like touch on a subject and then have to decide whether or not I want to go down that rabbit hole or not. So bear with me on that. I'm trying to avoid doing it as much as possible. All right. So with that, we're going to go to the rendering. And I mean, heck, we could do it without leaving there and just go to render image, right? And then from there, we can only kind of see it. It's kind of weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this slide over. I'm going to bring it a little bit forward. Let's see. That's probably good. And this is not the light tutorial, but I'm going to increase it a little bit just so we can kind of get something on there. And we're going to go to render image again. So I can't really see it because they're the same color. Do you know what? We're going to add a sun, see if that makes a difference. Render image. Okay, yeah, here we go. So with that, you can kind of see the cube is eating the tree, right? Well, as we continue to add new models, we don't want them to kind of fight for the rendering space, or say we don't want to like drag it out into a new file to deal with it. So what we're going to do instead is even if we hide it from the viewport and render it, for example, it's still there. Like, even though we hid it, to avoid that, there's this disable and renders. Now, if I go and render it, it's not there. That's great, right? So yeah, as our files get more complex and we start adding more and more low poly models that we start to create, we're going to want to start to hide them. And another interesting thing, even though we hid the cube by itself, we're going to go ahead and do those same things with the forest. So we're going to re-enable the cube. And I don't want to select each individual thing. So what I can do instead is I can go to this forest, and I can hide all of them by clicking the actual collection, this little box that they're all contained in. And I can hide it from the renders at that point. And if I go to render, I should just see the box. So I know that's kind of very long-winded, but essentially we went over collections, we went over the various filters, hiding objects and making them selectable and non-selectable. So with this, go ahead and save. And we're going to get more and more complex from here. I think we're going to kind of go back to modeling. And I'll see you guys in the next one.